folks, welcome to the channel. This is Barnaby Nut, outdoors in Poland. Used to be outdoors in Ireland, but we moved. I think this is going to be the first review on the channel. I'm going to be talking about this thing. This is the Oxfeld GR1 gravel bike. More specifically, it's my Oxfeld GR1 gravel bike, which means it's had a few modifications from stock, which I'll talk you through as we get into it. Most of those modifications are to try and make it a little less ugly because, as you can see, it's not the best looking bike, but it's doing the job for me, and it has a kind of trick up its sleeve which makes it a viable kind of proposition. So yeah, stick around, we'll talk through it. So I realise this is going to be pretty niche because this is a Polish bike made by a Polish manufacturer that's only available in Poland, and I'm talking about it in English. So this bike retails at 6,299 zloty, or about €1,400, and for that you're getting a full SRAM Rival 1x11 group set and Rival hydraulic brakes as well. Those two together are pretty much €1,000. So for the other 400 quid you're getting a frame, a full carbon fork, some decent tyres and wheels, and yeah, post, stem, bars, etc, for €400. So it's an absolute steal in terms of value. That said, the frame is pretty basic. It's particularly ugly. I've tried to lessen that visual impact, if you like, with some frame protection film from Slicey Products. So that's the Fern design that you can see on the bike. As I publish this video, there is only one other video talking about this bike on YouTube, and that was made by the shop, and it's their kind of overview of the bike. And there's one comment on that video that talks about the frame looking like it was carved with an axe. Yeah, and it's hard to disagree with that. But I'm going to stop talking about how ugly it is and talk about some of the other bits and pieces. So looking over the bike, the group set is great. SRAM Rival I really like. It's a 1x11 drivetrain, 11 to 42 on the back and a 42 tooth chainring. So 1:1 ratio, which helps in the sand. Yeah, not too many hills around here, but yeah, certainly helps in the sand and the stickier sections. The hydraulic brakes are great, really super feel, and just SRAM reliability as well, which I'm really pleased with. Unfortunately, the left brake lever is the front brake, which obviously is the case in pretty much anywhere in the world apart from the UK. But every bike I've ever ridden, the right brake has been the front. So it's caught me out once or twice, but I guess I'll get used to it at some point. In terms of the wheels, the rims are from a Dutch brand called Ride. That's Ride with a Y, and this is their Rival 26, so 26mm wide rim. The tyres are really nice. They're Schwalbe G1, 45mm, which it says on the frame handily that's the biggest size you can get on this. There is a bit of clearance, I'm sure you get 50s on there, but I converted them to tubeless straight away really, so I'm running at sort of 35 psi because I'm probably heavier than you are, which is why I need a little bit more pressure. But yeah, it's just the comfort and the traction from running tubeless is great. So in terms of the no-name components on the bike, and you know where money might have been saved, so the handlebar, that doesn't have a name on it, but they're pretty nice, really nice shape actually. They're slightly swept backwards, flat tops for comfort when you're riding up on the tops, quite a low drop and flared. The hubs, again, no name, they have a 12mm through axle, so pretty standard stuff. The post and the saddle I swapped out straight away for something I've got in the toolbox. The stem, also no name on that. I've swapped that out for an Eastern, I think it was. So yeah, a few little upgrades and a few things that I could just throw on it from what I got in stock. But yeah, didn't really want to spend a load of money on it until I'd ridden it a bit. The frame comes in 4 sizes, so this is size large, which handily it's written on the frame and the dimensions. Large they call 53 centimeters. That gives a 59.5 effective top tube length. I do like the geometry of the frame. It's quite high up front, and the short stem makes for quite an exciting ride on kind of single track and twistier trails. It also allows you to move your weight backwards and off the front of the bike when you're on sand. So I guess this bike's aimed at people like me, looking for an introduction into gravel riding without spending too big. In terms of vibration from the frame, this is something I was a little bit sort of concerned about, given quite how agricultural this thing is. I don't find it too bad. Probably switching to tubeless has helped a little bit. Yeah, I used to ride a Cannondale on the road a few years back, and that thing, you felt every kind of micro bump. It was miserable to ride. This thing isn't anywhere near as bad as that. Maybe the wheels are a little bit bendy as well, which is helping. In terms of its capability, there's 3 bottle cage mounts, there's a top tube mount and fork mounts for luggage. So to sum up, it might be confirmation bias, but you know, I like it for the money. It's got me riding again, doing more and more miles, exploring the local forests, which has been fantastic. I've really gone places that I wouldn't have done if I was still just riding on the road, and I've probably gone further than I would have done if I was riding a mountain bike. So much so, you know, it's got me into riding so much that I'm actually in my first race on Sunday, a gravel bike race, and that's the first time I've raced a bike for probably 10 years. I'm way older and heavier than I should be to race a bike, but yeah, this thing's got me back into it, so we'll see how that goes. So I suppose just in terms of a wrap up, I'll start with the cons. It's ugly. I don't know if I mentioned that. In this colour, these big kind of ungainly aluminium tubes and some of the welding, there's just kind of no hiding place for it. I do like the colour, but it just kind of shows that it's a cheap aluminium frame, and so you get what you pay for. The only other negatives, I guess, is 1 or 2 of the unbranded components there. They are going to need swapping out just to help with the weight, because it is quite a heavy bike in its standard form. In terms of the positives, so we talked about it a little bit already, but the SRAM group set throughout, including the hydraulic brakes, is great for the money. Really pleased with that. The tyres are excellent for these conditions. Setting it up tubeless as well, thoroughly recommend that. And I guess the number one positive, the number one pro about this thing, is that it's got me out riding more than I was. It's got me out into the woods, it's got me out exploring my new surroundings. And there's a lot to be said for that. It's almost priceless. So yeah, overall really pleased with it. If you've got any comments about the bike, any questions about it, please put them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again.